Which leads us to today's video. Should white people be allowed to say the N-word? Is it freedom of speech? Is it just disrespectful? I believe everyone has the right to say what they want. But here in America, whenever we say something you don't like, oh, you no longer have the freedom of speech. Kanye talks about Jews, everybody get mad, and he can't say that. This lady right here loves the N-word. She says it constantly to black people, at black people, and she thinks it's okay. She's right. But also, I believe in America, there should be a rule. If you want to stand on being racist and saying the N-word, no, there's consequences. Oh, Tommy Springfield, what do you mean consequences? If somebody decides to smack the shit out you, you forgave your right when you used that word to call 911 and then play victim. So I'm okay with freedom of speech, but I'm also believing stand on what you say. Enough of me talking. Let's get to the content.
Here's the thing. White people have been under attack for years. It's been systematic racism. As much as black people and people of color want to talk about systematic racism.
Now, she says white people are systematically suffering racism. Wow, that statement alone is unbelievable.
In the United States, it's quite the opposite. They get preferential treatment when it comes to getting a job, when it comes to getting into colleges. White people, on the other hand, have been getting attacked relentlessly. Look at 2016 and BLM and all the riots. We just had to sit back and watch people burn down our cities and do nothing about it. So the way to fight back...
But you leaving out, Miss White piece of scumbag piece of shit, why they was burning down. Kids were killed in the street by yo white officers that clearly you okay. Long as they little Negro babies, you're okay with it. Let's start here. If you know this bitch and she don't have a hard time walking the street, you ain't shit. If you families and friends with this bitch and she don't have a hard time at family functions, you ain't shit. I'm just saying because how she's acting. Yes, she has a right to freedom of speech. If you want to say the N-word, that's cool. I'm fine with it. Just like I talk a lot of shit. I call people crackers. I talk about people's mamas, daddies. I don't give a fuck. But see, here's what I understand. There's consequences to that shit. Every time I'm in my chat and I say, fuck somebody mama, I'm expecting somebody in public to walk up to me and punch me in my face. And I hope you expect the same. And I hope when it happens, you don't call 911.
Back against essentially this anti-white hatred that's been systemically, ingrained in U.S. society is with white unity. We don't see white unity on...
Hang on. Okay, but hang on. Sorry, just to be clear, this has got nothing to do with anything you just said. This is a disgusting racist woman who repeatedly spews the N-word, first at a young child, and then at the person taking the video of her.
And she doesn't have a problem with someone yelling the N-word at her child. So, if you live in her city and you her neighbor and she got kids, or you know her family members that got kids, and you ain't constantly screaming harsh things to them, you ain't shit for letting her walk around free.
Does it with complete impunity, does it numerous times. We are talking about a bona fide, unquestionable racist. So I don't understand why what you've just said to me bears any relation to white unity or anything you've just said. She's just a racist. And isn't she? You wouldn't dispute that.
It's not about her. It's not about her. It's about
white people
coming together and supporting another white person. And it doesn't matter.
Why would you want to support a white racist?
Because I want to support free speech, and you cannot have free speech in the country.
No, that's fine.
The question was, why would you support a free racist? Oh, because I want to support a racist. Oh, because I want to have freedom of speech. That's cool. You can say whatever the fuck you want. But why do you want to support a racist? Answer the question, white woman.
You can support free speech, but you also have to be accountable for what you say. Would you use the N-word out of interest?
Yes.
You would?
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody in America that lives around her, that works with her, she's comfortable with being a racist. Once again, that's fine. That is okay, but she shouldn't be able to work anywhere unless she got her own business. She shouldn't be able to order at restaurants. Y'all should turn her down, turn her away. I don't know. What do you think? Get in the comment section. Let me know.
I do, quite frequently.
You use the N-word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist. Are you?
Some would say I am.
Look, she smiles. She's proud. If she goes and gets spit on 5 times a day, you people are scumbag. But once again, I'm okay with freedom of speech. I'm okay with you calling people the N-word. But what I'm not okay is when somebody smack the taste out your mouth is you calling 911 and playing victim.
I guess according to the ADL, I'm a white supremacist. I'm a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, but if you use the N-word...
And you see this dude right here? He's a failed YouTuber. His shit be falling. He do dumb things and he will say anything. And mind you, he was a federal agent at one point. So I heard him say some things on this interview that I questioned that, you know, these foreigners, they don't appreciate America. And he's one who definitely don't appreciate being in here.
Repeatedly, you are a racist, then, are you?
Sure, I'll embrace that. If that means forwarding, helping white people achieve freedom of speech, real freedom of speech, which, by the way,
So you need to be a racism to support freedom of speech, a racist to support freedom of speech is what this white woman is saying. Now, if you know me, I love me some snow bunnies. I love me some Latins because my kids is Latin. And they all don't think like this, but my thing is this. If all of y'all who don't think like this ain't condoning her and talking shit about her and downing her and still being friends with her, you might as well join her.
Shiloh Hendrix is being attacked on all fronts. They're trying to bring legal charges against her. They're trying to get her children taken away. So you were saying Karmelo Anthony, it doesn't matter. That's a different
Sorry, but just to be clear, you just said to me you use the N-word regularly. In what context? Do you use it with black people?
Yes.
Now, everybody up there should be pissed. She's stunned. Snow Bunny, you know I love you, Snow Bunnies. I love your pretty eyes. You're stunned, but you don't know how to react to this shit. You like, this bitch is really doubling down? If you could move over, I think you would move over. But I'm not understanding why this dude right here is not appalled.
If it's appropriate.
When would it be appropriate to use the N-word?
People.
When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
So you're an unashamed racist?
Correct.
Well, do you understand that makes you a despicable human being?
I guess so. I don't really care. I mean, why are we not talking about Shiloh Hendrix? Why are we talking about?
Well, actually, I think you've moved it on in this debate very quickly to your own racism, which explains why you've supported her in public and why you've got all these views. You see no problem.
Now she's smirking and she's smiling, but this is a play. Oh, what is a play? She's trying to get famous. She's trying to have her viral moment. And this is why I hate YouTubers and this is why I hate TV. You give the wrong people the light. She's only saying all this shit and doing all this shit to get shine. I guarantee you she had no viewers prior to this. And now she got millions of viewers because we gave her the light. That's what's wrong in America. You got to learn who to give the platform to. You got to learn who to lend your platform to. And she wasn't the person.
Problem with a woman shrieking the N-word repeatedly because you yourself are a despicable racist. And you've just proudly admitted that with a smug grin on your face, which is pretty horrifying, actually, for most people to have to watch. And shame on you. You're entitled to do it, and I'm entitled to call you despicable.
And then also, he seems to think all of this is funny, but yet you sit on the show and your co-host is black, and I don't know, man. I'm not.
The N-word by saying that white people are losing the country is absurd. It's morally bankrupt.
Let me give you my opinion. See, in America, we have this fake false narrative where blacks came from Africa. No, blacks was already here. They just changed us to we're Indians. So no matter what, this country never was white people's. Either it was the blacks or it was the Indians. So history got it all wrong. Sorry to tell you white folks that.
And it's honestly besides the point. I mean, all these are just distractions from the fact that she wants to justify dehumanizing and even animalizing a small black child. It's disgusting.
What is it?
Yeah, I never said that. I never said that.
No, you may as well have done because you're just an unashamed.
That's the implication of your racist.
Let me bring in Myron Gaines because you've been smirking and laughing. What's funny about any of this?
Well, I mean, I find it interesting that you guys want to virtue signal and, wag the finger and say she's a racist and everything else like this.
No, she admits she's a racist.
Well,
right, that's why he's dumb. And like I said, he's a YouTuber. Once again, just like her, he's trying to get views. He's trying to get his channel weighed up. She admitted she's a racist. Oh, you're trying to label her racist. She admitted it. So your whole premises of what you about to say don't even make sense.
I'm not wagging a finger at anybody.
With
respect, Myron, I don't need to wag a finger when somebody says, yeah, I'm racist. I use the M-word against black people. I don't care. That's a racist.
So, once again, he is just looking to get ratings. These are two people I would clip off my show. You trying to big up your show, bro. You don't even, he got the name of his show right there, Fresh and Fit. You sound dumb, bro. She identified as a racist.
I'm not wagging any finger. I'm not accusing anybody. She is admitting it proudly. Even you can't defend that, surely.
Everybody is racist to some degree. The reality is it depends on, a lot of people want to be politically correct.
So his reply is everybody is racist. That's your reply. But that ain't your point. Your point was that they was accusing her of being a racist and you was wrong.
A lot of people want to sit there and say, I'm not racist at all. We all have biases. We all have stereotypes. We all make jokes. We all are racist to some degree. Now, how racist you are is a whole other situation, but everyone is racist. That's number one. Next thing I want to say, see, I think this Shiloh Hendrix and Metcalf situation is a microcosm of a much bigger problem. And that bigger problem is what I call systemic organized. And what I mean by this is for decades, we've had black people literally running around with black supremacy, committing crimes, not getting accountability for their actions, and then they blame the system for it. For example, George Floyd, criminal. Ferguson, criminals. Freddie Gray, criminal. A lot of these people are criminals, and what ends up happening is they challenge the police officer, they get into a physical altercation, things go left, they die, something happens, use of force is utilized, and then they want to cry about the result. When in reality, it's not the police killing black people, it's black people killing black people. And if you want to talk about black on white violence, black people kill white people 2 times as much. And on top of that, most of the shootings in America, a lot of the times, are white cops killing other unarmed white men. So this whole systemic racism or police brutality or, it's all so messed up, the reality is this. Black people have been able to get away with a ridiculous amount of privilege in America for a very long time. They're able to be racist with impunity. They're able to call white people crackers without being challenged back. And quite frankly, white America's had enough of it, and the chickens have come to roost. Now, look, am I saying...
Wow, he just used the quote of Malcolm X. Did Malcolm say that? Chickens coming home to roost? So now, all you black people that be over there watching Fresh and Fit and supporting Fresh and Fit, now you see what you really got. You got nothing but a racist foreigner who doesn't give a fuck about you, who just stepped on you, who just crushed you, but y'all support that platform. Y'all remember that, black folks.
That's awesome. Am I saying that's great? No, but for literally the better part of almost 2 decades since the Obama era, we've had to have BLM and liberalism shoved down our throats, and quite frankly, we're all tired of it.
Right, but just to be clear...
We. Now, y'all remember, he keeps saying we, so he's identifying as white. He's not identifying as black. He's not identifying as a foreigner that he is. He identifying with white. And look at that smug look. But going over to his show, he not like this, I promise you.
You would have no problem with one member of this panel openly saying she uses the M-word at black people with impunity and is proud of being a racist. You have no problem with that?
My worldview on the protection of the First Amendment and freedom of speech overrides my personal feelings. She has the right to say
That's fine. You can support the First Amendment, but you can also have a personal view about what she said.
My feelings are irrelevant. The Constitution.
Anybody black watching his show, you're a lame. If his black co-host is still on his show, you are a lame.
Is the Constitution. That's what matters.
Oh, that's fascinating. Hold on. So when it comes to chastising black Americans about their behavior, about calling white people crackers, as you say, about their moral claims, about the racism, you can levy a judgment against black Americans for all the things they do. But when it comes to this woman saying the N-word, and this other woman endorsing it and saying that she herself uses the N-word, now all of a sudden we can only talk about the Constitution and the legal right, we can't offer any moral judgment against it. That's disingenuous. And as the only black American up here, that's quite frustrating to hear.
Here's the thing. If you want to be soft and get offended by that, that's your fucking.
Now he's trying to play tough. Now he just was able to say, "Oh, it's okay," black say, and he gave his personal view, but he can't give his personal view on this white lady. If you can't see, he's just trying to get ratings and get his name out there. You dumb.
Problem, not mine.
Let me ask Rikki.
We're not even.
Let me ask Rikki.
This isn't about being soft anymore than when you were desperately saving these white people.
Hold on. This sensitive nature that you have is precisely why we have this problem.
It's not about being sensitive. It's about I didn't articulate. Hold on. Let me finish, Myron. Let me speak and then I'll let you respond. Myron, sure. I didn't articulate any sensitivity here. What I said, in the same way that you levied a judgment against black people, I'm levying one against the claims you're making. I'm no more sensitive than you were when you made your claim. I'm simply saying I disagree with you. And to immediately jump to you're being sensitive is just a distraction. I'm making an argument here. Just respond to my argument.
If you're struggling with sleepless nights and exhausting days, you might want to try Beam's Dream Powder. Beam is proudly founded in America.
Now, and my argument to respond to that is this. Political correctness, liberalism, and making sure that we are politically correct and don't use certain words to offend people is precisely why we're in the situation that we're in. For decades, we've had to literally tiptoe around saying certain.
So since he's saying that, so I guess it's just it's okay for everybody to go back to saying words like fag and gay and tutti fruity and, towards the gay community too now. Let's not just open the floodgates on black folks. We can open the floodgates now if that's what you really want to do. And as black folks, we really rude. Our mouths are really reckless. I don't think the rest of the world won't go there with us on that.
Things around certain people, while the other group of people has been able to have impunity and be able to be as racist as they want to be, as violent as they want to be, without any type of consequence. And if you call it out, you're labeled a racist. The reality is this. Black people don't want to live around black people. I don't want to live around a bunch of black people. I move to neighborhoods where it's majority white because I know I'm safe. Now, this is uncomfortable reality that no one wants to say, so I'll say it for them. Black people commit a lot of crimes. A majority of the violent crime committed in the United States is committed by a small percentage of people, and they tend to be black men. Look, the reality is the reality. People don't want to say it, but the political correctness and being nice and not wanting to tell the truth is precisely this problem. And the reason why you're seeing all the support for Metcalf and Shiloh, etc., is because white people have not been able to step up and say what they want to say for a very long time because of what I said before, systemic, organized, where they don't take accountability for their decisions.
Let me bring in Rikki to respond. Rikki.
Yeah, I wanted to say that I agree that virtue signaling went too far, that political correctness went too far, but we're going from virtue signaling being the norm and being praised to now vice signaling being the norm and being praised. It's not just a matter of does this woman have the right to use that word? I believe that she has the right. I disagree with it. But is she now being rewarded with $500,000? Why are we rewarding people for performing vice instead of virtue?
Thank you. It's crazy that the white lady is the smartest lady on the show. And once again, the dude Myron, you can see he's on his show. He's live right now. This nigga is pussy. This nigga pussy. He talk tough. He pussy. Period. P-U-S-S-C. Pussy.
This is not healthy. This is destructive to our society. This is destructive to our social fabric, to our culture, to our ability to live with other fellow Americans. It's gross to reward someone for bad behavior. It's one thing to tolerate it, to say that she has the right to do it, but she called an autistic 5-year-old the N-word. I'm sorry, but I feel like we're kind of missing the point in the actual context. You can say that it's part of this bigger meta story of black and white America, but it actually is just a short little clip, and you don't even know the context of it, and it's actually gross. And if we can't just say that it's gross and bad, then I don't really know where we are.
Well, I think it's interesting to me that Lilly Gaddis, you retweeted Nick Fuentes, the white supremacist.
And I think that's a great place for me to leave it because, people don't watch my videos. I'm nobody, but we turned a video into something big. We got this white lady who went on TV, crashed out to be racist. We got this dude, I swear to God, he doesn't act like this on his show. He doesn't talk like this. He seized on the opportunity. His show be nothing but black dudes, black chicks, white young girls that's probably underage. And he seized the opportunity. I'm disappointed in Piers Morgan that he didn't see that. I'm disappointed in his producers that he didn't just black them out, cut them out. And it is what it is. This shit gets more deeper because Piers Morgan actually invites her to say the N-word. But I'm not going to get into all that. That's for you. You can go research the show, look it up. And like I always say, man, I present you with the facts. If you like how I do that, click that like, share, subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notifications every time I drop one of these shows. If you're a supporter of the channel, much love and respect goes out to you. I salute you. And if you're one of them haters and these racists that support this type of behavior, but it's okay to support freedom of speech. But this type of behavior, cut the shit. Bad part.